Hello guys, in this tutorial we are going to photograph the moon. Plus I'm going to give you a free downloadable guide that you can print off and take with you on your shoot. Let's photograph the moon. So the first thing that we need to talk about is the location. Really simple, the darker the better. Just make sure that you can get to a very dark location. We're in the middle of a field in a very cold, on a very cold spring evening, and it's pitch black nearly, all right? So the darker the better. The next thing we need to talk about is equipment. Now you are going to need a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera that's got manual settings. The next piece of equipment that we're going to talk about, and it's probably the most important part, is the lens that you have to use. Now you have to use a telephoto lens, one that zooms in really far. It's a focal length minimum of 300mm on a micro four thirds camera, 400mm on a crop sensor camera, and 600mm on a full frame camera. Now that is minimum because you just won't get close enough to the moon to photograph it if you don't have them lenses. Now the other thing that you can get, which is like a low cost alternative if you like, is a teleconverter. And in this shoot, we are actually going to be using a 2x teleconverter. Now what that does is it doubles the focal length of your lens. So if you've got a 400mm focal length lens, which is what we're going to use in a minute, you put a 2x teleconverter in front of that lens and it doubles it. So it turns into an 800mm focal length lens. All right, so Fuji have kindly sent us their XT3 model with their 100 to 400mm lens and the 2x teleconverter, and we're going to use that in this shoot. The next essential piece of kit that you are going to need is a tripod, and you're going to need a sturdy tripod because these lenses are big and heavy. All right, so you're going to need a big sturdy tripod. And you're going to need a remote trigger or a cable release, or in fact you can actually use the timer function on your camera. That will avoid camera shake, right? So one of the biggest things that can go wrong when you're photographing the moon is camera shake, because you're zoomed in so far that it's really easy to get camera shake. So we use a sturdy tripod, we use a cable release, and that takes that away. Now let's talk about the camera settings. Now there is two ways that you can do it. One, you will need some technology on your camera, which a lot of the new cameras do, which I'll show you in a minute. And the other one is the fully manual way. And again, obviously I'm going to show you that in a minute. Firstly, let's go to the easy way if you have the technology. So for this technique, it's a very easy technique, this one, but you will need touch screen, take the shot technology on your camera. All right, so what that means is that you touch the screen at a certain point, the camera focuses in on that point, it meters for that point, and then it takes the picture. All right, so to do it that way, put your camera onto aperture priority, put your aperture onto f11, put your ISO onto 100, put your metering onto spot metering. Very important. You know, one of the common mistakes for moon photography is that it comes out overexposed. All right, if you put your camera onto spot metering, it will meter for exactly the point where you touch the screen. Okay, and then quite simply you frame up, touch the screen on the moon, and it will take a picture of the moon, and fingers crossed expose it and focus it and get the shot absolutely perfect for you. So let's give it a go. Right, so I'm zooming in on the moon. That's it. So I've got it all nicely framed up. Don't forget that you're going to need to have your 10-second timer on for this one, because you've got to give it enough time to settle. Not the 2-second timer, 10-second timer. Give it enough time to settle. And then we just touch the screen right on the moon, there you go. Focuses in, exposes it. The countdown's now going down. Obviously make sure you don't touch it, and then it takes the shot. Now, before we show you the picture, I want to take this opportunity to tell you about the courses that we run over at theschoolofphotography.com. If you want to learn photography properly, we have a whole range of online courses taught by professional teachers. They are 5-star rated. We teach thousands of people all across the world, and I can promise you now, if you're looking to learn photography, we will teach you properly. All right, so come over, see us over at theschoolofphotography.com, where we can teach you photography, Photoshop, Lightroom Studio lighting, and loads of other photography related stuff. All right, let's have a look at this shot. So that way is fairly easy if you've got that touchscreen take the shot technology. All right, if you haven't, don't worry, we're going to do it the fully manual way, and that's the way I prefer to do it anyway. The settings that you want are these: aperture f11, ISO 100. On this camera here, it only goes to 160, and that's where we're going to set it at. You want your shutter speed to be at 1/125th of a second. Then you frame up, you focus in on the moon. You use your autofocus to do that. Obviously you do that until it beeps, you know that already. That's with most cameras, you focus in and it beeps. Put your focus settings onto center point focusing so that you've got full control over it. And then you can switch your camera focusing system to manual if you want to make sure that it's there. But if you've got it on center point focusing and your moon is in the center of the frame, then obviously you don't need to. All right, so I'm just going to frame up a little bit more. The other thing that you need, that you will realize when you're doing moon photography, is you'll be surprised how quick the moon actually moves through your frame, like obviously moves in the sky. So you have to continually reframe up. Okay, so here we go, back to the middle. Obviously make sure that your 10-second timer is still on, and take the shot. The 10-second timer will count down, giving the camera enough time to steady and be still, and then it will take the shot. And there you go. There is another moon picture. So there you go, there are them settings, and they are a brilliant starting point for moon photography. You will have to adjust them slightly for different moon phases, but you can do that quite easily by changing the shutter speed. Now, don't forget, you can download that guide. It's totally free. It gives you all the settings, all the equipment, and all the techniques that I've told you here. You can download it, you can print it and take it with you on your shoot. It's going to really make your life easy. If you do take your own pictures inspired by this tutorial, we would love to see them. Simply put them on social media and hashtag them the School of Photography so we can see them. You know, we love seeing work from people when it's been inspired by our tutorials. If you've liked this video and it's helped you out, please press that like button, give us a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more. It's been great bringing you this tutorial. I hope to see you in the next one, and remember, learn more at the School of Photography.